Hello, my name is Jerome. Firstly, I will say the opening shortly. In this world, roughly 300,000 people die in a day. They are killed by these following reasons. About 5% from murder, about 20% from cancer, about 5% from fires, about 30% from heart disease, about 20% from suicide, and about 10% from cancer. In all, roughly 270 people are born and roughly 100 people die in a day. In short, in the world, many people die, roughly 300,000 people. Firstly, I will talk about Korean funeral custom. In this world of Korea, they have many funeral customs, like natural burials, cremation, and burial. Second, I will talk about funeral food shortly. They have pyeongguk, 육개장, stock, and rice represent funeral food. When people come to the funeral ceremony, descendants serve this food to them. Third, I will talk about clothes. Descendants dress like this. Girls wear in black hanbok and boys wear black suit. These clothes represent their grief. Lastly, I will talk about the period of funeral customs. They conduct in normally for 3 days. For example, when someone dies on June 5 or 5th, they finish the funeral ceremony on June 8th. But when a celebrity dies, then they do it for 5 days. In conclusion, Korean has its unique funeral custom. Thank you for listening to my presentation.
Hello, my name is Danny. Do you know what to consider for a funeral? You have a lot of things to prepare before it's happening. For example, you need to find the deceased person's will, because decedents can write about funeral at will, and they need to weigh the funeral money. For now, I will tell you about Australia's funeral. Funeral custom with this table of contents. First, I will tell you about undertaker. They need to know which undertaker descendants want. This is one more reason to find the deceased one's will. If it doesn't say anything about undertaker, then descendants need to choose undertaker. Undertaker provides many services like death registration, adjust the funeral step, move the corpse, provide hearse, provide coffin, and more. Second, I will tell you about funeral step. Firstly, move the corpse to undertaker's funeral hall or crematorium. Secondly, keep the corpse at the morgue. Thirdly, prepare the corpse for burial or cremation. Next, prepare the coffin. After that, if the descendants have medical insurance for the deceased one, they can use it. Finally, bury or cremate the corpse. Third, then what is basic funeral and non-ritual funeral? Basic funeral usually starts at between 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at undertaker's funeral hall. It has many funeral steps. Non-ritual funeral is less limited than basic funeral because it doesn't have funeral steps. So, this funeral custom is just to bury or to cremate the corpse. After that, family and friends can be ready for the memorial. Finally, I will tell you more things to consider before the funeral. One thing to be considered is to search decedent's insurance. If the decedents have insurance, they can get more money. And they need to know decedent joined any club or union. If decedent joined any, they can get funeral aid. When I die, I want to be in coffin and buried in the bird. Thank you for listening to my.
Hello, my name is Sarah. Do you know how many people died last year? 260,000 people died last year. It is increased by 1,900 people than that of 2013. When a person deceased, we usually hold a funeral. The common funeral culture is cremation and burial. In Korea, many people do cremation, and I searched about European funeral culture. What do you think about European funeral culture? Before we start the presentation, I will introduce what we have to think about before the funeral shortly. We have to think about the deceased person's will. Usually there is written about her or his wish. For example, I want cremation or I want burial, etc. We cannot hold a funeral only by our wish, and we have to think about funeral costs. It depends on circumstance, but many people prefer not to have the cheapest one. Then I will introduce European funeral culture. I will say example of Italy. Italy is birthplace of cemetery culture, but recently many people prefer cremate because 1980 Pope announced cremation is not violated for doctrine. So Italy government set up a plan for increasing cremation too. They made cremation to be cheaper than burial. Also in the southern part of Italy, in funeral they wear casual clothes and don't receive offering Columbus money. Italy's unique funeral culture is flower shop. At the cemetery's entrance, there are many flower shops. So people buy flowers and they give flowers for memorial. Second, I will introduce funeral process. In Europe, there are Roman Catholicism funeral and Christian funeral. The process is just normal. Choose funeral hall and insert obituary notice, install the altar, lay a dead person in a coffin, carry the coffin out of the house, and cremate or bury. Last, I will introduce Diana's funeral. Diana was a really famous celebrity in England. However, she suddenly passed away in Paris for a tragic car accident on August 31, 1997. On September 6, 1997, held a funeral for Diana and many people came. All the world we could watch Diana's funeral. After the funeral, in front of Buckingham Castle, many people put flowers, and 2007 we held 10 years memorial ceremony. Also, the movie about Diana's life was released in 2007. In conclusion, making this PPT is a chance for thinking about my funeral too. I want to receive many flowers and I think cremation is better than burial. Thank you for listening to my presentation.
Hello, my name is Alex. Today I will introduce about UK's funeral. It will be fun. The rental cost of cemetery is not expensive. It's only £180 of years. It's very cheap. If the owner of the cemetery alone, you can spread ash on the site. In London, they built a religion cemetery to help the citizens of London who prefer cremation. London cremation. London's cemeteries are very good for education, teaching us about the principle of nature. But it undermines the plants or harm birds or squirrel habits. Their actions are illegal. Now, about 70% of people in UK cremate. But in the past, they thought cremation was bad, so they didn't like cremation. But UK is an island, so they didn't have any cemetery place to bury the dead body. So I guess there would be no other options but cemetery, cremation. UK's funeral custom is not complicated. It's very simple and easy. If a person dead, the family calls to minister to conduct the funeral, and they carry that body to church as soon as possible. And Mortican cloth should the body. For example, if the dead person is a man, then Mortican should him in black. And if that person is a woman, then Mortican should her in white. When is Mortican put the dead in a casket, they put a Bible on the a Bible on the body of the dead. Last, I will talk about famous and popular people's funeral. Highgate Cemetery. There are many famous people's cemetery. For example, Charles Dickens' wife, Carl Henrik Marx, Michael Faraday, Queen Victoria, and so on. Among them, Karl Marx's cemetery is very humble. In the past, he had very powerful thoughts, but his cemetery is on the corner of Highgate Cemetery. In his cemetery, there were 6 people buried in, so we can realize he was very powerful but humble. In conclusion, I think UK's funeral is very unique because cemetery can be in a park. I was so surprised about that. When I'm dead, I want to have funeral like Karl Marx because I want to be humble, guys. Thank you for listening to my presentation.
Hello, my name is Sandy. Do you know how many people are dying in Africa in a day? There are 1,000 people dying in Africa in a day. So they conduct many funerals. So today I will talk about Africa funeral custom. First one is Raja funeral custom. They cover the dead body and hide it outside for 1-2 days. Then they bring alcohol and food, and they eat. And they eat and drink, play a musical and dance during the funeral ceremony. This situation is for chasing out the bad spirit. They bury the corpse. They usually burrow into the western direction, and they don't put clothes around the dead body because they believe the reincarnation. Second, Burkina Faso funeral custom is when a person is dead, they mourn for 2-3 months. And every night during the parade, they conduct the funeral by dancing, singing, and miming. Last Ghana funeral custom is when person is dead, the city gives the death certification, but in many other countries don't give the death certification. They bury the dead and the post-elected stay in the same cemetery and mourn for 9 days, and they don't eat any food during the I think Raja funeral custom is unique, and when I die, I want to funeral like Burkina Faso funeral custom. Thank you for listening to me.
Hello, my name is Rachel. I will tell you about South America's funeral, and I will mostly say about Brazil. In South Korea, we usually wear black clothes. Also, we have funeral on the third day and fifth day after that, and we sing a mournful song in the funeral. And now I will tell you about South America's funeral customs. Firstly, in Korea, we almost use real flowers in funeral like white chrysanthemum. But in Brazil, in South America, 99% of them use artificial flowers in funeral. Sometimes they real flowers too, but it's hard to compare the percentage of how many use flowers or artificial flowers. Secondly, in Argentina, almost 17% of them prefer to cremate the dead body, but in Brazil, they don't want to cremate the dead body. Sometimes Brazilians ask for the cremation, but it is still in very low percentage. They usually bury the dead body instead of cremating it, so Brazil made facilities to put a coffin that looked like a handcuff. Thirdly, as I said before, Brazilians bury the dead body, and they don't perform this on the third day or fifth day after that. If there is no special reasons, the dead body will be buried in 24 hours. And in funeral, we wear black clothes, but in Brazil, they just wear ordinary clothes. Also, they don't send a condolence money like Korea. To summarize, I think Brazil's funeral costume is too different from the neighboring country Argentina. And after I die, I want my friend, family, and my neighbor come to my funeral, and I want they will talk about how did they that about me. This is my bucket list too. Anyway, in Brazil, they mostly use artificial flowers, and they don't want to cremate the dead body. Also, they bury the dead body in 24 hours if there isn't any special reasons of that. Thank you for listening to my presentation.
Hello, my name is Brandon. Funeral is the day for that person. In the world, many people are dying every day. Many people are dying from ages, disease, and even from their handicaps. I saw this situation and I thought it was very poor that people are dying so easily. These days, many people are dying. This evening, I introduced North American funeral custom. In North America, people put some makes of the dead person and put similar clothes when the person was alive on the dead person. I searched North American funeral on the internet. I found USA funeral and Canada's funeral. First, USA funeral is in American. When a person is dead, they announce it on the newspaper, and this is called obituary. obituary can be for many things. Many things like birth, scholarship, interests, and the date of death. American funeral is divided into three things. First visitation, second funeral service, third burial service. Many people don't know about this funeral. Next, Canadian funeral. Canada doesn't have a funeral for 3 days or 5 days like Korean. That person's parents come in 1 hour before the funeral and they see that person privately. In Canada, they put some makeup and put some clothes on that so they look like sleeping like a real alive person. In North America, example of famous person's funeral is Michael Jackson's funeral. Michael Jackson was born in 1958 and died in 29. His funeral was very big, and in this funeral, many celebrities that know Michael Jackson came and sang a song. Mariah Carey wept in his funeral. I think this funeral was very big. In conclusion, North America funeral is very special. While Korean holds the funeral for 3 to 5 days and wears hemp, I want to see the North American funeral. For example, USA and Canada and Mexico's ones, and I want to have North American style funeral. Thank you for listening to my presentation.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Julie. Now I will talk about funeral custom in Vietnam. Son and daughter wear mourning clothes that net like white long cape style. Headband is white color and dangling along the back. Grandchild, the nephew or niece, and near relations headband is white color and baggy shirt. Great-grandson's headband is yellow color and great-grandson's headband is purple color. Like this, wearing a white headband case or wearing a headband made by a straw rope, they use a stick too. When the funeral parlor arranged, mourners come. Average, the chief mourner does contact with them. Relations serve the visitors. Mourners deliver condolence money to the funeral. Mourners deliver the condolence money to funeral director or relations, and receive incense from the chief mourner and make a deep bow 3 times. At this time, funeral director plays funeral song. Performance time is different according to many of money. Mourners that finish offer incense, have light alcohol and food served for them. When the person died, reclose them into white straw and clean the body and throw the corpse in a lower part of coffin, shred banana leaves and lay the body. Usual in the morning, they make their departure to the burial place. At burial place, the people dig the spot that will be the coffin located. When coffin reaches the burial plot, they put coffin, burn the clothes that the dead used, and bury the thing that the dead cherished. If the person died at another place, not in his house, they don't let the dead be in the house. They have a funeral at the funeral hall and get some help from the funeral director. In Vietnam, the usual cost of funeral ceremony is about over 1.3 million won in Korean won. This is a big money for Vietnamese considered the economic conditions of Vietnam. But during the ceremony, they put a lot of meaning to funeral. I think Vietnamese funeral custom had many similar parts to Korea for cleaning and shrouding, of course for burial. So the Vietnamese funeral custom was difficult, but I think this gives me a good information. Thank you.